Hi, I'm Will. I'm a sound light engineer based here in Anglesey in North Wales, and I've made this account just to... why not? And I wanted to make this video off the cuff, just going for it, introducing myself and introducing how I got into this job. So yeah, let's get right into it. So when I was about 5 to 6 years old, I loved, well, DJing. And I say that because all I was doing was asking my dad to put his iTunes onto my computer and I can download his songs that he had, which was mostly like compilations. I'd also ask him, oh, can we get this CD, can we get that CD from Morrison's? And I'd put them all into iTunes and I'd make a massive library, which I'm quite good I don't have anymore. And then at around 8 years old, I think, I got my first DJ controller, which was a DDJ SB3. Honestly, tank of a thing. I've had it for years and it still works now. And then after doing that, I started doing my local Halloween party and gigs, well, not gigs, but like events in my primary school. So this was about 2019 and had loads of fun and enjoyed it. And then I started secondary in 2020, which we all know what happened in 2020. And after that, we went back into school around 2021, 2022, and that's when I discovered music club. So I'd go I think it was every Wednesday, and loved it. Got to play drums, got to play instruments with my friends, you know, have a laugh, really. And then quite shortly after that, we became a band in 2022, and obviously we did gigs. So in 2022 we did Shy Morn, we did a few gigs around the island. But around 2023 time, I didn't really enjoy being in the band, so I left. And I tried my best to tell them, and they were okay with it. Well, not really, but they were. And that basically made me like, oh, what can I do now? So I went up to my music teacher and asked him, well, what can I do apart from drumming? And he goes, oh, well, technology can also be used in music. And I thought, well, what's he mean? I was like, EDM music? But I was like, no. He was like, no. And then he takes me up to the technician's room in our school, and I saw this massive desk, this massive sound desk, this massive light desk, and he asks the technician, oh, can you show Will how to use the desk? And I was like, yeah, no problem. So he showed me how to use the desk, how an EQ works, how compressor works, how fading works. I was like, wow, that's really cool. And then so in December 2023, he showed me the desk. It was also doing a gig, so he let me have a go on it, which was actually quite fun. And then in February of 2024, I worked on an Eisteddfod event. So if you're not from Wales, Eisteddfod is basically like a national competition all around Anglesey. Not all around Anglesey, all around North Wales. And it's really fun. And then after that, the same day, I went to my friend's gig. So the same band I used to work with, but with another band. And so I went to help them set up and make sure everything was ready. And I met Simon, who was the sound engineer for that gig. And so I met him, and then he offered me to play with the lights. So he had this massive rig of around 8 moving heads and then 4 power cans on each side. I'm sure I have a video. And so I did that gig, and it was really fun. And then he trusted me on other gigs, so I have worked with Simon in that same venue with a band called Celt, 21 Guns, and a few others, and it was really fun. And then came another gig in July of 2024, using the same rig and the same venue. But what was different was the sound engineer. The band Fleur de Lis, who is known all around Wales, had invited a guest sound engineer to work with. Now, what I didn't know at the time was this guest engineer was the manager of the North Wales, well, the sound light company who works in North Wales mainly. So then he saw my lighting work and thought it looked really good, and he invited me down to Shy Morn in 2024, where I was showed how to use a brand new Aight system. He showed me how to how to set up a stage, how to set up things like that. He got to show me all these desks and all these things like that and how to set up, and it was really cool. And we did the gig, so it was a 2-day gig, and we did that, got paid for it, nice. And he said, oh, we'd love to have you on the team. I was like, yes. So after this, I've worked with them in Gwyl Cefni and Llangefni, Shy Morn, obviously, Halach Castle, and my favourite one, which was the Bangor University Summer Ball, which is the best lighting rig ever, because it's so fun. There's so many like lights and everything. It's really cool. And now I work with them, and also I work with Simon, who owns Anglesey Music, who teach students how to play different instruments or how to become sound engineer. And then I worked with him on an event called Dathlu Deg, which is celebrating 10, which was the same pub celebrating 10 years of being an independent pub. So then we worked with bands like Celt and Bunkath and Who I Rebels on that one. And ever since then, I've been working with them and Mad, and it's been absolutely brilliant. So that's my story, and that's how I started and where I am now, and it's going amazing. I also do gigs on my own, so I've got my own setup with a mixer and the speakers and microphones and everything, and it's been going brilliant. And I thought, well, wouldn't it be fun to show it off to you guys on the internet by recording videos on my phone and just, seeing how it goes. So this is my introduction, and the next, well, hopefully the first episode will be a big one, because we are working on a festival in Rhosniger called Sine Waves, which will be really exciting. I'll be working with Anglesey Music on that one, and also as an individual, as myself, for another stage, which will be really nice. And yeah, I cannot wait for it, and hopefully I record loads of it and I can put voiceovers or discuss anything in the venue, and it'll be really, really exciting. So obviously make sure that you are subscribed if you want to follow along my journey from now, and hopefully you'll enjoy the content I make. And obviously I can make videos on giving advice and stuff. Well, we have to see what happens, but we're going to start slowly. We're going to definitely start slowly. So at this point, I'm going to say thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching this introduction, and I hope you have a lovely day. Bye for now.